you know, I could see it pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I think my personal like feedback for you, I think you're just awesome. I think you have are very personable. You're very like your kind of heart comes out there automatically, even though you were reading things. And I think also if you guys noticed in the beginning, maybe she wasn't doing word for word, but that's okay. The idea of having the words is to get the concept and the idea and the order and the mindset down in your mind as an outline, but then that allows you to come out as yourself, right? So in the initial two, I feel like you were very comfortable yourself, and then you went to reading. You could tell you're reading, but I just think like two or three times of reading that again, you'll be all over it, you know? So the idea is you want to say, yes, thank you for training. The reason you want to ask what did training tell you? Because you want to know, right? So they may have done FETHOR, but there may have been a conversation after that. And you need to know what that conversation was after that. Because sometimes I've said, so what did the trainee tell you? Oh, they told me, it's life insurance, but I don't need to do nothing. Like you need to know that up front to fix it. So you're hoping that it's still whatever. So I think you did, I think you did great, Beth.
Oh, thank you. And Allison, if someone does come back to you and say a comment like you just said, do you address it then, or do you say, oh, okay, well, when we go through the little presentation, we're going to circle back around to that question that you have or that thought that you have and kind of find out some more about, what your feelings are or whatever, or do you stop
Yeah.
and address it?
So it really depends on what they said. So like if it was that life insurance comment, I'd be like, well, that is one of the areas that we cover. And I'll kind of get to that. But let me give you the let me let you know our expectations and then did it because the
Okay.
expectations are saying like whatever they said, life insurance is this, it's that. It's now saying like so like you acknowledge, yes, that is one of the many things that we do. We help people in all
Okay.
areas regarding money. Um, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let me kind of cover the expectations. So it's kind of a thing that, depending on what it was, something you're
Okay.
putting in your back pocket to know, but you want to know because you want to
Okay.
be able to address those.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Gordon, anything for Beth?
No, same assessment. I agree with you. It's just, just making sure that we understand the three reasons why you're here. The whole idea is to take people from this crossed-armed, closed off to open them up a little bit. We're here for three reasons. We need referrals. We want to get the word out. You know, we would like to earn your business. So if there's something here we can educate you on and you find some value, certainly we'd love to do business with you. That's a no-brainer. Um, and that kind of diffuses the whole point. It's like, yeah, do I want to earn you as a client? I do. And then the third thing is we're growing and we're looking for people. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride for the next 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to show you what we do with that's our preconceived notion. That's the expectations. So the
Exactly.
idea, take people from closed off to get them to open up a little bit.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Very good. So let's see who else we have on here. So I see Mia, your camera's on. Are you working? Are you able to role
I'm
play?
working, but I'm listening.
Okay, so you want to listen versus talk. How about am I gonna say your name wrong? Afia? Am I saying your name wrong?
We got to get
Hey,
some
how
new.
are you? I'm right here.
Yeah.
Afia Noma, same
Yeah.
person. So you want me to?
Oh no, oh see.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah,
that's
that's my
weird.
first
Like
name. It's
Yeah,
okay. So
tricky,
I
tricky.
didn't change it this morning. I was
I was
rushing.
like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you wanna go?
Which one should I be?
You're the trainer.
I'm the trainer.
Mhm.
Okay. So who would like to practice with me?
I guess who else has their camera? We could do Hector as the appointment and
Okay.
Ida as the trainee.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to start by saying thank you for helping Ida out. Ida's in the process of getting her license right now, and she needs to go through a handful of these training appointments before she can go out on her own. So it's greatly appreciated. What did Ida tell you about what we do?
She didn't say much. She just said she was getting some training and it was going to take about 45 minutes.
Okay, cool. So as we move forward today, I want to first set the expectations of why we're here and what we're hoping to accomplish outside of getting Ida trained.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing we're looking to establish is the referral base for Ida. Often, as I go through the presentation, people might come to mind that you think could benefit from learning this information as well. So, any referrals you provide will go to Ida to launch her business. Secondly, I'm going to share with you what we do and how we help families. And if any of those areas are something that you feel could help you, and you'd be the final decision maker there, we are looking to earn your business.
Okay.
And thirdly, we have an office here in Gaithersburg. We have an office here in Owings Mills. We're always looking for good people to work with. So if you know anyone looking for work, those referrals would also be appreciated. Fair enough?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff. Good, good, good. So, Noma, what do you feel like you did good?
I don't know. Um, I felt like I was speaking it.
Do you guys usually do this conversation when you're doing appointments?
Um, no, because like when we do it, we're usually doing it on Zoom. And so
Mhm.
like I will talk to the person before and say that it's going to be an appointment for me that I'm learning that I'm learning it. And then so I talk to the client before and then we'll get on Zoom together and then I'll introduce Ellis and share like who he is and he can go from there.
Got it. Okay. So it's kind of your first time seeing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it was good. I think you did good. I always think like you're always again similar to Beth. I think you have a good your warmth comes out no matter what. So that's always yeah, good. Just a matter of reading it more, practicing it,
Okay.
like where it goes.
All right. Thank you.
Anybody else feedback for Noma?
Same assessment. Noma's so easy to connect with.
Yeah.
And I always felt that from 20 years ago when I went in to meet with them at the house. I left going, man, I don't, her husband's harder to read. He's got that engineering, kind of situation, it's still in
Yeah.
his blood, it runs his blood. But I left, that appointment. I was like, she's no nonsense. She's easy to deal with, man. Boom, 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 just cuts to the chase. So it's always been a pleasure.
Nice.
Yeah, I like this part here about referrals. Because I think that I've been trying to do that more and really lean into that. So I really appreciate that part being here. I usually say that at the end, so I appreciate it at the beginning too.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is referral day, right? And the reason that we're doing this for referral day is because by letting people know that up front, right, people will pop in their mind. Now, they may not give you a list right at the end of the appointment, but last time we went over STEAM, right? So if you've done this appointment, they know up front you're going to be asking, then you have an opportunity as the associate to, go back after you're now licensed, right? And steam them and get referrals if the referrals aren't gotten, right, during the appointment process. But it's opening up the door for them to know, right, that you're looking for that. Definitely.
Yeah, hi, Alison. We've had several occasions. I know we have not been using the expectation as well as this, of course, but people have not given their referrals after the event was over, after the presentation was over. So I'm saying that another person that had done this, another senior coach, had always said when we got to a place, he'll say, who comes to mind? Just write down like 3 names of people that comes to mind. So after the presentation, she already have 8 names on paper. Then she will say, oh yeah, you mentioned Sarah and John. What's the number? Let's put it down so we could get to Beth, to help Beth quickly with her training. But if you don't do that and you finish, I'm saying I've been around like 20 years. They don't give you referrals when the event is over.
Yeah, which is yeah, the tools. I think the point what I'm trying to say to a trainee if you're on here is that at the end if your trainer did not get referrals, right? That's where you pull that tool in for SMART where you can reach back out to them. Hey, I finished my training. thanks again for helping me out. And then you can, I mean, not smart, star. You know what I'm talking about, where you do, are you a teacher? Who do you know that's in teaching, right? Who's the most enthusiastic, ambitious? That one we went over
Yes,
2 weeks ago.
exactly.
Yeah.
I totally agree with Matilda. And sometimes there are some others that they say, well, thank you very much. And if somebody come in mind, please connect with Ida. And that is just missing the opportunity because many of them will not connect back to Ida sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it needs to be something that we, as Matilda said, and of course, all the trainings we have, the motivational people, they encourage you to tell them from the beginning, as we are looking for you, we are also looking for people
Team.
that we know. And then please, if anybody comes in mind, just jot down the names.
Yeah.
And and then by the time that we are, maybe they have two or three there or four or whatever. And then we can encourage a few more with pointers that you just said.
Yeah.
What will be most what the motivated teacher, or what is the person that you really go to movies with, or go to dinner from time to time, families that you go together. So in the church or something. So you give hints and somebody says, oh yeah, maybe this family. You both are correct.
Yeah.
If we have time at the end, since it's referral day, I can share something that could help with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
How much time you need for that, Hector? Because we got 20 minutes.
Not much.
Okay. So Wilbur, I see your camera's on. Are you able to role play?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. You want to talk to what? Gordon?
That'll be fine. Let me see if I pull this up so I can read. I'm on my phone today.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, I can talk to him.
Who are you field training? Do you want to set that up? You want to field train Matilda, and then we got the appointment with me.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay. How you doing, Gordon? First,
Hey, Will, how you doing?
all right. I want to start by thanking you for helping out Matilda, helping Matilda train. Uh, there is a process of getting her in the process of getting her license now, and we need her to go through a handful of these training opportunity appointments before they can go on their own. So it's greatly appreciated. What did Matilda tell you about what we do?
She didn't tell me a lot. She just said something about money and it's helping her with training. She wouldn't tell me anything. I tried to get it out of her.
Okay. Well, as we move forward, I want to first set the expectation of why we're here and what we are hoping to accomplish outside of getting Matilda trained.
Okay.
First thing we're looking to establish is referral base for Matilda.
Okay.
Often, as I go through these presentations, people might come to mind that you think could benefit from learning the information as well. Any referrals you provide would go to Matilda to launch her business.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. Secondly, I'm going to share with you what we do and how we help families. And if any of these areas are something that you feel could help you, and you'll be the final decision maker there. We are looking to earn your business as well.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And thirdly, we have an office in Gaithersburg, Orange Mill, and we're always looking for good people to work with us. If you know anyone looking for work, either those referrals would also be appreciated. Fair enough?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I might know somebody right now.
Oh, well, that would be great.
What's their name?
You write the name before you forget.
Very good. All right, Will. Thank you for volunteering.
Good job,
So
Will.
Yeah, good job. What did you feel like you did well?
Once I quit stumbling through there, I think I presented it. I need to be more familiar with it so it flows naturally
Yeah.
on there. Um, and I think, as always, saying the same things but changing the words that fit you when you're saying it. I think that would have helped me better if I had, been able to read it over so I could say the same things but put it in words that I would normally use to
Yeah,
make
I
it
think
more
comfortable.
natural. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, and I think that's the thing about this. Like, I went back to look at like scripts and I couldn't find the script on this. And then I like reached out to a couple of people and was like, "Hey, do you have the script on this?" And I couldn't, so I like just talked it in really quick and, turned it into a script. But I think what you're saying is true. It is a thing where, like when you saw Gordon do it, you could tell he's done it before, but it's not necessarily script we have to give to somebody. But yeah, it's just the three reasons why we're here. We know we need to get referrals, earn your business, and then we're also looking for,
Yeah.
recruits, but without saying it like that. Yeah. Any feedback for Wilbur? Anybody?
I would say just, you could tell he was reading it for the first time. And Wilbur's also, uh, easy to connect to and warm up to, just real. Just, he just needs to practice it. That's all. Three things we're here for. Simple.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, multiple times. Because I know for some of you guys, it's maybe the first time you're seeing this at all. Yeah. Um, Anybody else want to role play, or we want just Hector to pull out his pearl of wisdom?
Mhm.
Hectoria, sounds like you're gonna
Do it,
share a
Hector.
couple ideas. And I loved what I think Matilda said it, but this is not the throughout the presentation, the hits or
Yeah.
the points where we bring it up. But that's so true, Matilda. You want to, after we do certain parts of the presentation, who else do you know that needs to hear about that? Who else do you know that needs to get the max amount of protection for the least amount of money? Who else do you know that wants to have more money in their retirement accounts? Those kinds of things.
And
So,
yes,
yeah.
and yes, and Gordon, I know that from other present, it helps when they mention the name, Sarah, David, Tom. They actually mention it. So it's very easy to ask for, okay, after the presentation is over now, what is Sarah's phone number?
Sure.
Contact, and it's easy. We've done it, I've done it 1,000 times. They don't give referrals. I was never doing the expectation this way. And they have never given me referrals after the thing was over. So
You
I
got to
know that we
word,
have to.
and a lot of times referrals, you got to figure too, they got to be earned. You don't always just earn them just from the presentation. I
Yeah,
want to
of course.
earn them from doing business with them. Those are the best referrals, and recruiting them. So, but it's about planting that seed and getting them.
Yeah, the best referral is recruiting them because you get referrals. I mean, referrals are great, but if you hire somebody, they're taking you to see the referral and they're introducing you enthusiastically. And, that's just
Yeah.
That is very
fun.
true.
How,
If you could allow me to share my screen also. Yeah, I went to a funeral like last week, and there's so many people that I knew from training with the one guy.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, I was like, wow. I was like thinking about it. I was like, that's the best referral. You train one person that's excited, who got licensed, and he got
Yeah.
securities license and everything, and we have a relationship, and like so many. I had to keep going back to him because I was like, hey, I know I can recognize like so many faces. Tell me again who they are.
Yeah. I went to a funeral, 2 weeks ago, and I was, I sat down and then I was like, oh, two rows up for me, two pews up was one of my clients. I just delivered his wife's death claim. I didn't recognize him until I get in there and sat down. And I was like, oh, I could have sat next to Kevin. And then this lady walks past me and she's another client. And she's like, hey, Gordon. And I forgot. I didn't even know I was like, oh my gosh. And it was just, we impact people when you get referrals and you work with a client, you're impacting a family and a generation.
Yeah, for sure. Let me give you my quick idea here on referrals. So the expectation something conversation is something that I've worked into the presentation. Those three things that we just went over. Can you guys see that?
Yes, sir.
And then these are things that kind of set the stage. As I go through my presentation, Gordon, I want you to ask yourself two questions. Number one is what we do for people life changing, and who do you know who would benefit from meeting with us? And then this will kind of help plant the seed. Like who can you think of right now? And you can think about first names only, who's married, has kids, and is employed. Anyone like that come to mind?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you want to stop and give them time to think, right? And then maybe they'll mention some names up front. And also, who comes to mind when I say who's the best salesperson that you know that's not pushy? Who's the best teacher? Who's the most enthusiastic, ambitious, and the most motivated?
Mm.
And we're gonna list the names, and at the end, you decide if whether or not you want to provide the numbers. Fair enough?
And that's a good, I like that wrap up. Hey, we're gonna list those names out, and at the end, you decide if I've earned it. We've
Yeah.
earned it, right?
Yeah. So
Can we
that,
get that, Hector? That's nice. Can we get those slides?
yep, I can post the slide.
Yeah, that's really good.
You added that to the KT masterpiece.
I did because that was part of a Hector Lamarck's icebreaker page
Uh-huh.
when we did these live presentations. I don't know
Hmm.
if you guys remember the icebreaker page where he fill out all that stuff before the appointment.
Yeah.
So I just added that because that's something that was very effective when I was doing the live presentations, as far
Yeah.
as getting referrals.
Expectation, you ask throughout, because if without referrals, our business is much more difficult.
Much
With
more.
referrals, it's much easier. Yesterday's appointment was a referral, you
Right.
know, it's warmed up referral. And as a matter of fact, the person that referred me was on the Zoom. He didn't do anything, but he just was on the Zoom with me. He's their accountant slash bookkeeper. Well, that's just an added level of intimacy
Credibility.
and
Yeah.
credibility.
Mhm.
And so we're doing the appointment together. And at the end, I was like, I talked to Chris. I'm like, how was that? He says, that's what they needed. And I was like, well, that was an easy transaction.
Is he going to come work with you? You say, look, you keep doing that, you could get paid every time.
You know what? He's had his paperwork in. It's been supposed to get his life license for like
10 years.
10 years. Always got a reason why he can't.
Always
So
why.
I can't.
Alison is familiar with it.
You're familiar with people like that, right? There's people that say they're going to do something, they don't do it, and then they never do it. And what are you going to do? I mean, thank him for the referrals. You know what I'm going to do, Allison? Is him and his wife are going to go to dinner somewhere nice when this transaction's done, and I'm going to pay for it.
Yeah. It's
I'm
nice.
not giving, I'm just, to be to totally transparent, I'm not, it's just a friendly thing. I'm not paying him, but they're going to go have a nice dinner and I'm going to take care of that.
Yeah. Very nice. Very cool.
Because it's
And
worth
I
it to
liked
me.
Hector, how you put steam in there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you
So
have
we,
steam tied in the beginning on that.
I like that too. And I don't know how you could share that. Um,
I'll
those,
post it on the Telegram right now.
okay.
You guys have that
A
picture.
nice setup that we could use more often.
Hmm.
Did you say that was on the icebreakers or something?
Yeah, it was like a one-page sheet which goes over this stuff before the appointment.
Yeah. We got to do a better job of that, all of us. And even if you're by yourself, you can still use some of this stuff, even if you're not field training. Hey, three things, just kind of put it out there as we talk today. How we get compensated. Because everybody asks the back there, how are you guys getting paid? How are you getting paid? How are you getting? I'm getting paid through referrals.
mm, mhm.
I just posted it on the Dream
Thanks,
Transformation.
Hectorius.
You know,
Hector Lazo. Appreciate you coming through in a pinch. That helps. We all get better, right?
Thanks, Hector.
that's right.
Thank you.
Allison, anything else we need to get
No,
you
I
good?
mean, we have 8 more minutes if somebody else wanted to role play it, but I think we're
I
we're
have a question. How much do you estimate that your presentation should be from the beginning that we enter until we go.
How long should it take?
Yeah.
I think that varies from person to person, but typically about 40 minutes, beginning to end. And then obviously it takes a little bit longer, like after that, if they have questions and you have to fill out applications and all that.
Correct.
But about 40 minutes, I think you can get from top to bottom.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I think so.
40 minutes seems fair to me. 40, 45 minutes. I try to wrap it up. If I'm getting close to that hour long, I'm getting tired. They're getting tired. I schedule next unless I get permission from them and they're eager to get started. Normally, I would say I do a next, but occasionally there's people that go, no, I got good. I'm good. Let's get started. Occasionally. What do you think, Hector?
Yep. Yep, that's true. I try to wrap it up and kind of find out if they're going to move ahead within that 45-minute time
Yeah.
frame. Because a lot of times I've found that the follow-ups they don't always happen. So I try to find out on that first one. But I guess if you built enough rapport, you can you can get really effective at doing follow-ups.
Yeah. My appointment yesterday were that 400,000. I got everything that I need to start filling out applications. I didn't show up with everything ready because it takes time to annuity applications are a pain in the butt if you've ever filled them out.
Hmm.
So I got everything. They gave me their socials, they gave me their driver's license information. I got everything that I need to go in and fill it out. The only thing I'm waiting for now is her trust information. And then I'm going to go in and fill everything out. Trust for the contingent beneficiaries. Um, but otherwise, I got it all. So now I'm just going to go back and do some work, data entry.
So what do you go for? Some people say you have to go for the insurance, the protection. The other people say go for the IBA because if it goes to IBA, then you have a chance for him to put his own protection after a while. So in the process of that, what's the best link that we have?
Art Williams is probably the best at the
Eh,
fundamentals, and his focus was aim for the recruit, miss with the sale.
yeah,
And I think that holds true today, Ida. Aim for the recruit, see if you can build some
yeah,
relationship with them, see if you can, if there's somebody that you would want to recruit. Remember, it was 8531, one recruit, eight presentations. And his goal was aim for the recruit, miss with the sale. Well,
yes,
there's way more sales opportunities. So if you're going in with the thought of recruiting and
yes.
it doesn't connect, it's a lot, you can land on the sale very easily and naturally, in my opinion. If you go in focused on sale, there it's a little harder to switch back to the recruit.
I totally agree. I go directly for the IBA because that's where easily the conversation takes you to.
Yeah, but you're not always going to get them. It's it's going to be it's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
more activity. You find more recruits.
I understand. But I was just looking into the practices of everybody.
Practice. Yep. And that goes back to you can pull somebody, you can't push a rope. So you want to make
Mm.
sure you're not pushing them
No,
into some
definitely.
place they don't want to be. Because I'd rather get them, if they're not ready for the
Yeah.
IBA, I'd rather just say, okay, let's protect your family. Let's get things started and let's circle back around. Let's invite them to a meeting. Let's see if we can
Mhm.
warm up the thought process of launching their side business.
Correct, correct. That's very good.
Yep. And it's an easier, once you get them going there, then it's more fun. Then the referrals, they're setting appointments, they're already clients. Go, go, go. So, all right, guys, I think it was a productive morning on our side. You guys get productive on your side?
Yep.
What'd you learn?
Automation, baby, automation.
You learned automation?
Yes, sir. A lot of great stuff, man. Role play, different ways to be able to kind of stay in contact with a client, get referrals is great stuff, man.
Dadgummit, I can't wait to see that recording then.
Was it recorded? Actually, it's good stuff.
You was that good?